Everything you need to know about reinforcement learning, you can learn from your dog. Not your cat, but your dog. Reinforcement learning differs from straight programming because you don't tell the computer what you want it to do, you tell the computer what you want the result to be. If it gets the results, you give it a reward, like you'd give your dog a treat for sit, stay, and heel. You tell the computer, here's the goal that you want it to achieve. Here's the data that it should consider. Here are the different controls that the computer can use in order to achieve that goal. And this is the reinforcement part. Here is the data that resulted from the actions that it took. The computer looks at the output, loops that back as input, and changes what it's going to do next. Let's say that you want the robot to go through a door. First, you tell the robot that its goal is to find the door. Then you give it points as it moves. When it moves toward the window, it gets nothing. When it moves toward the wall, it loses 10 points. But when it moves toward the door, it gets 10 points as a reward. It moves even closer to the door, it gets 15 points. When it crosses the threshold, it gets 100 points. But you didn't tell it where the door is or how far away it is. The robot learned like your faithful canine companion does. This is a great tool for a whole host of problems such as designing an antenna for a satellite. You tell the computer that what you want as the final result is the most sensitive, lightest, smallest signal receiver possible. Then you give the computer data to consider and tools to use and let the computer run thousands of simulations of different shapes with different materials. Eventually, it learns which combination of shape and material gets the best results. Reinforcement learning changes the task from what to how. You know what we want, and you let the computer play with the data until it finds the best how to make it happen. Another example. The goal? Get more people to open the email. The task? Improve email subject lines. The action? Test a variety of email subject lines to find the most effective. The algorithm starts sending out emails with your example subject lines and keeps track of which get opened and which patterns in the successful subject lines are the best and have the most in common. Now, be careful here, because reinforcement learning looks a lot like a child learning to walk. It'll take a step and fall down, then it'll take 2 steps and fall down, and then it'll take 4 steps and run right out the door. You know the classic entrepreneurial commandment, fail fast? Well, that's literally what reinforcement learning does. Unless you set some guide rails at the start, it'll try almost at random anything it can think of and make horrible mistakes. But as soon as it randomly succeeds, it has a toehold, and then it can become better and better and better at scale. So, if you like the idea of training computers to be more efficient and self-sustaining, then reinforcement learning is a great tool set to learn in order to give your career a boost. Eventually, you can teach your machines how to sit, stay, and heel. Powerful stuff.